Hello, and we're here with Danny O'Reilly from the Coronas at the 33rd Comórtas Peile Páidí. What an atmosphere here this evening. Danny, how did you get involved in all of this?
Well, I'm sort of like a blow-in local here. We've been coming here for years. Dingle is like a second home for me. So, literally grew up coming here, spending every summer and New Year's here, and got to know Pádraig here in Paddy's. And only a couple of years ago, our family is a huge GAA family, and a couple of years ago, Pádraig said to me, "Would you get your team together to come down?" And delighted that we could make it work. It was amazing, great day so far, great couple of days, and yeah, it's really cool to bring my Dublin mates down and see the beauty of this place and have the crack and show them all, the buzz of Dingle and Ventry and back west and all. So it's great to be here. We're loving it.
And at the moment, obviously, you're very busy with your music. So do you actually play like full time with Temple Oger? How do you work all that?
Yeah, well, last couple of years I have done, I suppose, because of the lockdown. There's been no gigs going on. So yeah, we took it. To be honest with you, it was like the last year I got real serious into football just because it was nice to have something to focus on. And when the gigs weren't happening and everything was in our world was thrown upside down. So I just sort of like threw myself into the football, and I loved it. Like, I always played since I was a kid, and just always loved GAA, and it was great to be part of a team and get back into it. And we had a great year last year, a great bunch of lads, and like now we're getting busy again. So as I said to the team today, like I was like, this is probably my testimonial now in a good way, and they see it as well. They're like, we hope that you're too busy to play with us. Like, they see that. Yeah, they see that things are coming back for the music industry and the entertainment industry. So hopefully this summer I'll be flat out. And so this is sort of like a weird, end of a vibe of a couple of years for us. But no, they're a great bunch of lads, and everyone down here is so lovely. Like, and all the locals, everything, everyone looks after you so well. And I knew the lads would appreciate it once they came down, and they really did. So it's a really nice vibe. This whole Comórtas is just beautiful. It's really well put together. It's just simple. It's not over the top. It's not like, it's just like, it is what it is, and people just buy into it, and it's just lovely crack, and everyone loves it. And so we're delighted to be here and just like treated like a local, so it's cool to introduce some of my Dingle mates to some of the team back home and have a bit of crack.
Yeah, it's a really special place and a really special tournament as well. And you're being a little bit modest because you did play minor for Dublin. I heard all of this as well. Did you win an All-Ireland at one stage?
We won Leinster medal. We lost in an All-Ireland final. We won Leinster. But I'm so glad you brought it up, because I was about to bring it up myself. When you bring it up, it's actually fine. But
you were the star player, yeah?
100%, yeah. No, I was on and off the bench. But we had a great team back in 2003. I loved it. Just leaving school. Honest to God, I've said it before, but like the discipline of playing at a serious level of sport, like really stood to me in music and everything else and everything in my career. And that whole summer when all my mates left, finished their leaving cert and went on the piss for the summer, and I was just training all summer with the minors. We had Mickey Whelan coaching us, an absolute legend of the game. Shane O'Hanlon still involved in the Dubs. And like we had a great team, Jared Brennan, Mark Vaughan, like just players that went on to do so much, and I still see some of those lads now in club football, like junior football in Dublin now, whatever, 10, 15 years on, and like I'm like, and we had a bond for playing together and having a good run. And as I say, we won Leinster, we lost in the All-Ireland final, but it was great crack. And honestly, I'm so proud of that, like that I got to play for Dublin, because our family is such a GAA family. And like, so anyone who listens to me, they're like, oh what about the music? I'm like, yeah, but what do you think about football? Like, yeah. So that's always the way our family was. So yeah, it's great to be able to come down here and still play ball, and have the crack.
And would that have been a path you might have chose? Obviously music is well within your family, and it was probably a path you always wanted to go down. But could playing for the Dublin seniors, was that ever on your radar?
Yeah, like I think I've said it on Off the Ball before. Like I always say to Owen O'Gara, who's a club mate of mine, like I'd swap it all. Like I'd swap it for an All-Ireland medal. Like, and he's like, no, you wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's always that thing of the grass is always greener. I love my job. I have a great life. When I was serious about football and taking it. I don't really know if I ever really had it to move on from minor either. Like, to be honest with you, I never really had that pace or that extra bit. I mean, I was you never know what would happen, but I don't know. The music was always something that I loved doing, and after that, like, I don't know. I do say that. I mean, I've been to all the All-Ireland finals for the last fucking whatever amount of years. Sorry for cursing, but like, we're all our family are huge GAA family, huge Dubs fans, and yeah, I do say it. I would swap it for an All-Ireland medal, 100%. If I could play for Dublin, like, I would swap it. But then if I was probably, he's looking at me going, "You're mad." Like, I'd swap my All-Ireland medals to play in a band and do what I love doing and not have to train, But yeah, exactly. So it's the grass is always greener. But no, I'm lucky. I really do feel lucky that as I've gotten older and the Coronas have been, marginally successful, whatever you want to call it, we're happy. So we're successful, I think, and and we get to do what we love doing. But yet I still get to play ball, like, and I still get to go down. And the best, like, when we moved to London, signed to Island Records, we had a big record deal. I joined a random team in London, North London Shamrocks. I made friends for life there, and those boys, like, it means a lot to me, like, just the friendships that you make from GAA, 100%. And like, we ended up winning an intermediate championship in London, and great lads. Like, I'm still talking to people. There's a team from Ballyroan here, from Laois, and I'm chatting to the girls about lads that I played with in London. And I don't know, it's just, you make friends for life in the GAA, and it's something about it that is just magic, like, and the community and all that stuff. This is a really long answer to your very short question.
Keep going.
But no, I'm just very lucky that I've gotten to be able to, as the Crones have continued, to be able to still play a bit of ball, like, and now I'm still here playing crack at the Comórtas and having the buzz, like, No,
that's a really good answer, because I actually played out in New York, and I got that sense of community. You land there in a different place, and all of a sudden you have this community, because that's what the GAA is. No matter where you go in the world, you'll find someone and you'll have that sort of relevant sort of thing with.
Yeah, 100%. And I find that with the band as well. Like, oftentimes, the further you go away from home, the more Irish people feel. Like, so we play in Australia, and you'd have loads of people with Irish flags and stuff that you wouldn't have if you played in Dublin.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? So, and there's a bit like that with the GAA as well, and people, like, want to come to the gigs, or people want to go to GAA tournaments and play a bit of ball and have the crack and have sessions and stuff. And it was the same with me, like you, when I moved to London. We were living together as a band as well, which was great because we're mates, but like, I needed to get away from the boys as well, so I was just like, I just googled the team and I just went and played, like, and it was so much crack. I went down to the first training session, and the lads, no, the manager picked me up from the train station in Enfield, and he was like, "So what do you do?" And I was like, "Well, I'm a musician." And he was like, "Geez, it must be very difficult for you." He goes, "You know what, we can do a whip around, there might be a birthday or something, we can get a gig for you in a local bar or something." And I was like, "Well, actually, we played in the Tree Arena in Dublin last week, but anyway, thanks a million, yeah, I'll take it," like, So, but that's what I love, that's the whole thing about GAA. It doesn't matter what you do, you're treated the same. And like, I've met people that we played in the Comórtas with today up at the bar, and they're like, "Can I get a picture?" And I just go, "I just want to apologise because on the pitch earlier on, I called you."
What happens on the pitch stays on the pitch.
Exactly, and that's the great thing about it. And it's just like, because I'm so competitive, and I'd be shouting at refs and players and my own players and everything. But that's what I love about it, and it doesn't matter, like, and everyone just gets it, like, so it's great.
And obviously over the last 2 years, it's been quite difficult for the music industry. How was it for you, and are you delighted to be back in action now?
So happy, yeah. It's been a really weird couple of years, as it has been for everyone. But yeah, I mean, I spent a lot of time down here in Dingle as well, writing for the Coronas, and yeah, it's nice to be able to have somewhere like this where you can get away from the city. And I don't know, it's been a really tough couple of years. And then you throw in the fact that we have a terrible band name that just like has an unfortunate resemblance to the whole COVID-19 virus.
How was that? Yeah.
It was really bizarre. Initially, it was just like, it was just an extra layer of weirdness on an already weird situation. But it is what it was. Like, now I think people are just like, I don't know. It doesn't seem to be affecting us, thank God, touch wood and all. But like, we're back gigging now, and it feels amazing. Like, it's so funny how quickly it turned around, and we're going to have a really busy year. We're going off on tour in September. We're doing a load of festivals in the summer, and we're so grateful. Yeah, we wrote an album here last summer, so it's going to come out in September, and we're going to release a new single before the summer, and yeah, so we're all guns blazing, like, you know, and that's why my football career has to come to an end, unfortunately. But yeah, listen, it is what it is, and as I say, all the lads on the team are delighted for me that things are back to normal, and I'm too busy to play football. So yeah.
And it's coming to an end, but you scored 2 points today, and the crack is good inside.
So thank you for mentioning my 2 points. Yeah, but yeah, no, listen, I love it. I always loved it, and the crack is great here. So we're so happy to be here, and yeah, it's great. It's great crack. Thank you.
That's great, Danny. Thanks so much.
No
Appreciate
worries
it.
At all.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Thanks a million.